Good evening. Welcome to the annual meeting of Woodley Town Council, being held on 16th of May 2023. Woodley Town Council meetings are now recorded, with recordings streamed live and stored on the Town Council's YouTube channel. By virtue of attending the meeting, you consent to having your image and audio recorded for this purpose. If you do not wish for your image and audio to be recorded, then please do not stay for the meeting. For those in attendance, we're not expecting a fire drill tonight, so if you do hear the fire alarm, please head out of the nearest fire exit and congregate at the fire assembly point by the Oakwood Centre in front of Woodford Park. Before we start the meeting tonight, at the last Strategy and Resources meeting held on the 18th of April, 4 organisations were awarded community grants of £250. These were First Woodley Boys Brigade, Woodley Bowling Club, Community Hopeline and Woodley Festival of Music and Arts. Some representatives from these organisations are here tonight. And I would like to give each the opportunity to stand and briefly explain to the Council what their grant will be put towards. So could we have Fiona from Woodley Festival of Music and Arts?
Would you like us to stand up?
That would be fine. That would be fine. I'm sure everyone can hear you.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Fiona Fisher, and this is my colleague Angela Roberts. And we're here tonight to, as representatives of the Woodley Festival of Music and Arts. Thank you, Matthew. Very much for inviting us. It's a privilege to be here. The Woodley Festival of Music and Arts is held every year here in the Oakwood Centre. We exist to inspire and to encourage children to get involved in the performing arts through our 5 sections. We give these children a platform, first so that they can discover their creativity, also most importantly to build their confidence, and also to hone those soft skills that we all need later in life as we go through life. We are entirely a not-for-profit organisation. We have a committee of 11 people and we have numerous stewards. None of them are paid. They all do it on a voluntary basis every year. And believe me, it takes a year to organise this festival. This generous grant from Woodley Town Council is important for us for a number of reasons. Firstly, obviously financial. We put this grant towards hiring our pianos. We hired 2 pianos here for the children to play while they're doing their classes. Also, it means a lot to us because it's a nod to us that we are doing something good in the community. So thank you for that. Also, I would just like to say that over and above the financial figures, Councillor Janet Santero gives us a huge amount of support by coming to our festival each year and watching these children perform. She comes in a number of days, she watches the classes, and they're fantastic classes, aren't they? So thank you for coming. The children love seeing you. Thank you for giving up the medals and sticks and the trophies. It means a lot to us, it means a lot to the parents, it means a huge amount for the children. Actually, I'm Matthew. I know I've got 2 minutes, but I'm just going to, while I've got everybody here, the Woodley Festival of Music and Arts has been for, well, we've been running for 53 years, but it's the domain of private school. And we are trying to change this because we would like to encourage the local primary schools, and there are so many local primary schools in this area, full of young children. We want to encourage those teachers and those parents to look us up and to bring their children to our festival. I've listed some of the benefits this affords the children. But I have contacted a number of these primary schools and I don't even get an answer. So if there's anybody in the room that can help me getting in front of the head teacher or drama teacher or just one teacher that this could inspire, please continue, because we can explain everything, we can give the support. I know there's probably an issue about going to schools, but we are more than happy, and there are three of us who can go into schools and help these teachers get their children to this festival, just to give them the confidence and hone those skills. On that note, I shall sit down. Thank you very much indeed for your generous grant.
We have Stephen Trees from Woodley Bowling Club.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Stephen Treves. I'm the treasurer of Woodley Bowling Club. We are a local bowling club in the area. We are situated in the park area. We have about membership of around about 100 members now. Part of our remit is that 85% has to be from Woodley residents. So we hopefully provide an opportunity for all of the local people to come and enjoy sport in a very social environment and in recent times, COVID, etc. I'm sure for mental well-being for a lot of people, it's been very good. It's a great exercise. We're very much self-funded, and obviously nowadays membership just doesn't really cover the whole cost of our running costs, etc. So we do rely heavily on our social events and any donations and grants. So thank you ever so much for the council again for generous community grant. We're trying to cut our own costs as much as we can. We've come up with various initiatives. One we started last year, which was to replace the very much loved by a lot of our older members honours board system, which if any of you have seen it in a lot of cricket and so where you get lovely wooden balls and it's all sign righted. But unfortunately, the cost of the sign writing was going up and up, and we just couldn't really keep doing that. So, like most clubs, we've come up with a new way of doing it. We have acrylic balls now, and we can print our own honours list regularly and update it on laptops and onto A3 paper, and we can just put it up ourselves. So part of the grant is trying to complete our honours balls for whole club now. So that's all done, and the rest of the money this year has gone towards. Unfortunately, we had a break in the bowling club last year. Most of our windows and doors are protected by electronic metal shutters. So we did have 1 week pointed out at one point of failure still, which was on some double wooden doors. So we've now gone ahead and also provided metal shutters put down on that one as well. So hopefully that makes the bowling club and the clubhouse much more secure. It's not a very nice feeling for a lot of the members when they feel that it's been broken into. Fortunately, things are covered by insurance things, but obviously you don't really want the mess and the heartache of when people have put a lot of effort into the work that goes on there. So thank you very much again. We look forward to our annual match with the Woodley Town Council, and it's always a very enjoyable evening, enjoyed by not just hopefully the council, but most of our own bowling members. It is one of the highlights for the year, and we look forward to seeing you all again. So thank you very much.
And we have Dylan Harmon from the First Woodley Boys Brigade here.
Good evening. First off, thank you very much from all the First Woodley Boys Brigade. My name is Dylan Harmon. I am the captain at First Woodley Boys Brigade, so I'm in charge of the local group of around 30 young people. We are a student-supported organisation operating for boys aged 5 to 17. A lot of this grant, all of this grant will be going towards camping and sports equipment, not only to help modernise what we already have, but as I'm sure you're aware, with young people, sports equipment only lasts so long. It's really important for us to be able to take boys camping multiple times a year. We can manage it. It's a really great activity that boosts their friendships, helps build relationships, and it's an experience that anyone can this year we're taking a group of boys along with these from over to do climbing, archery, rifle shooting, all sorts of activities. Having been a boy in the Boys Brigade myself, I think it's a really important organisation to build all of these life skills, relationships that will last them well into their adult life. So again, thank you very much. We're very
We have Karen Smith from Community Hope.
Good evening, everybody. I'm very uncomfortable, actually. I'm very nervous. I'm much more comfortable in a group of young people, which is what Community Hope is about. I'm joined this evening by three of my colleagues here. One of our other directors couldn't make it, but Community Hope Line was established in November of last year. As professional mental health workers and youth workers, we're incredibly passionate about young people in the area, social action and community engagement. You can start, can't you? Because my voice is beginning to shake. What can I say? Thank you very much for giving us the grant. As a newly formed organisation, it's completely voluntary. We give our time completely freely to this organisation. The money is actually going towards resources for parents and young people that we are producing. So we've just started a parents peer support group for parents that care for young people with mental health challenges. We're seeing a dramatic increase in young people struggling. And because of that, parents are really struggling to know how to support them. So we started a free peer support group there. We'd love to run one here in Woodley, but this is currently in Early Town Council. That's our main focus. Our Youth Scope project is actually to engage young people into the community through community engagement programs, which is something I'm speaking to Kay, who I see is over there this evening, Kay, and he'd like to discuss that further with youth here. But I've said enough. You can tell I'm incredibly nervous. Like I said, I'm much around young people, but thank you very much for your generosity. Really appreciate it.
Thank you to each and every one of you for taking the time to come to the meeting tonight. I'd like to congratulate you all on being awarded your grants and wish you all the best with your projects. We'll now have a short adjournment of the meeting whilst we take some photos of the winners. This will hopefully take no more than 5 minutes. Thank you.
Hi. Okay, sorry, when I said I'm not more comfortable in a group
You've definitely caught sight. I see that you're a bit ruddy, more ruddy than normal. That's okay.
It's 24 candidates.
It's all right.
Who's deal with that? Well, no, I know you don't. No, but you work hard. I never got you. Oh, suppose that, yeah, make people but it's
Ladies and gentlemen, meeting to order. That was on request by the mayor. So we hold a town forum, which is an opportunity for members of the public to pose any questions they may have to the council, and this is limited to 30 minutes. Do any members of the public in attendance have a question they wish to ask? Okay, thank you very much. In the absence of that, we'll commence with the agenda. First item of business at the annual meeting is to elect the town mayor for the forthcoming municipal year. It is my role as the town mayor for the last municipal year to chair this meeting until the mayor has been elected. So I'd just like to say a few words regarding my last year as the mayor. And this has been a very different second mayoral year, with events taking place of historical importance. Last June was the Platinum Jubilee of the late Queen Elizabeth II. Many events were held in Woodley, including the countrywide lighting of the beacon event, of the beacon performing in the park. It was wonderful to see our community come together to mark this historic milestone. Very sadly, we lost Her Majesty in September after a lifetime of commitment to us. In the town centre the following week, I had the honour of proclaiming the accession of King Charles III to the throne. So we're now all looking forward to the future after witnessing the coronation of King Charles III and Queen Camilla on the 6th of May. It's been a huge privilege serving as community and council as mayor. I have met and interacted with so many people over this year, and I'm grateful for all the support and goodwill I've received along the way. The work and guidance behind the scenes by my Mayor Secretary, Matthew Fillmore, and all of the council officers and staff have made this year run so smoothly. Please accept my thanks and appreciation. I'd also like to thank the Deputy Mayor, Councillor Kay Hilder, for her support once again and her font of knowledge. And of course, I must express my thanks to my husband Lou for his role as Mayor's consort, which he carried out so well. Finally, my charity for this year was Keep Mobile. And despite the difficult financial climate, we've managed to raise nearly £500. So can I thank everybody that helped to take part in that. Thank you. So to go forward, can I please ask for nominations for the position of Town Mayor for the 2023-24 municipal year? Councillor Baker.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I propose Councillor Sartor for Mayor for the coming municipal year.
And do we have a second?
I'm pleased to second the motion.
Thank you. So can we please move to a vote? Can all those in favour please raise their hands?
(16-4).
And all those against, please raise their hands.
None against.
And all those who wish to abstain, please raise their hands.
That's 5 abstentions.
That is. In that case, I can confirm that I have been duly elected to the position of Town Mayor for the 2023-24 municipal year. I would like to thank you all the members of the council for the nomination. I am honoured to be elected as Woodley Town Mayor for the 3rd year. I say welcome to all our new councillors, who we hope and join with us to continue working for the people of Woodley, regardless of which political party they support. And with the support of the council, I'll work hard to continue to promote this wonderful town of ours. I intend to stay mindful that there are many of our community who struggle daily. And that is why I have chosen Woodley Lunch Bunch as my mayoral charity for this year. Lunch Bunch operate a packed lunch service during the school holidays. This is mainly for families in Woodley who are having a difficult time financially or in other ways. As well as that, they support local families as they can should they need advice. I'm really looking forward to getting another year started, serving as your mayor. So without further ado, let's continue with today's annual meeting. Thank you. I will sign the declaration of acceptance of office as soon as possible following this meeting. The next item is simply to note the members elected to Woodley Town Council at the recent elections. The details are provided at Appendix 3 on page 9. Item 4, we will now receive a verbal update from the Deputy Town Clerk regarding the councillors who have signed the declaration of acceptance of office.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'm delighted to say that all councillors have signed the declaration of acceptance of office, with the exception of councillors Guttridge and Soane, who we are in contact with and are aware of the requirement to sign that declaration within.
Okay. The next item on the agenda is apologies. Do we have any apologies, Matthew, for absence for tonight?
We do indeed. We've had apologies received from councillors Guttridge, Soane and Taylor. We also had notification that Councillor Guttridge would be attempting to attend the meeting virtually. Kevin, do we know?
Not via Zoom, but might be watching on YouTube.
Okay. Thank you, Matthew. These will be noted. Item 6, the next item on the agenda is declarations of interest. Do we have any declarations of interest from councillors regarding any items on tonight's agenda? So we'll move to the next item. It's maybe the next item of business is to elect the Deputy Town Mayor for the forthcoming municipal year. So can I please ask for nominations for the position of Deputy Town Mayor for 2023-24 municipal year? Councillor Baker.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I would like to propose Councillor Anderson, Juliet Anderson.
Thank you. Juliet, a seconder.
I'm pleased to second the nomination.
Thank you. So then can we please move to the vote? Can all those in favour please raise their hands?
That's 16 for,
Can all those against please raise their hands?
none against.
And can all those who wish to abstain please raise their hands?
That's 5 abstentions.
Please, I can confirm that Councillor Juliet Anderson has been duly elected to the position of Deputy Town Mayor for 2023-24 municipal year. The next item is simply to note the composition of the council following the recent elections, which is as follows. Conservative Group, 17 councillors. Labour Group, 6 councillors. Liberal Democrat Group, 2 councillors. The next item on the agenda is to note the appointment of the leader and deputy leader of each of the political groups, which make up the council for the 2023-24 municipal year. For reference, these are currently the Conservative Group, the Labour Group and the Liberal Democrat Group. So firstly, can I please ask a member of the Conservative group to confirm the name of the leader and deputy leader?
For the Conservative group, the leader will be Councillor Bill Sun, and we are not having a deputy leader.
Thank you. Secondly, can I please ask a member of the Labour group to confirm the name of the leader and the deputy leader, please?
For Labour group, I will be group leader and Councillor Greg will be deputy.
Okay, thank you.
Councillor Bello. Yes, thank you.
Finally, can I please ask a member of the Liberal Democrat group to confirm the name of the leader and deputy leader?
Chairman, it's myself as the leader and Beth as the deputy leader.
Thank you. Those appointments will be noted. Next item on the agenda is to elect the leader and deputy leader of the council for the 2023-24 municipal year. Firstly, can I please ask for nominations for the position of leader of the council for 2023-24 municipal year?
I'd like to propose, sorry. I'd like to propose, oh my gosh, Bill Soane as, no, sorry, Keith Baker as, sorry, as Stephen, sorry.
Thank you.
I'm getting confused.
Do we have a second? Or
Yes, I'm happy to second the motion, Madam Mayor.
thank you very much. Do we have any other nominations? So can we please move to a vote then? All those in favour, please raise their hands.
For.
And all those against, please raise their hands.
None against.
And all those who wish to abstain, please raise their hands.
7 abstentions.
Yes, we'd like to come. So in that case, I can confirm that Councillor Baker has been duly elected to the position of leader of the council. Excuse me, for the 2023-24 municipal year. Secondly, can I please ask for nominations for the position of deputy leader of the council for the 2023-24 municipal year?
Sorry, it's right this time. Alison Swaddle.
Do we have a second?
I'm
Okay,
pleased to second the motion, Madam Mayor.
thank you. Do we have any other nominees? This will please move to a vote. Can all those in favour please raise their hands?
14.
All those against, please raise their hands.
That's none.
And all those who wish to abstain, please raise their hands.
That's 7.
In that case, I can confirm that Councillor Swaddle has been duly elected to the position of deputy leader of the council for 2023-24 municipal year. The next item on the agenda is to appoint members to serve on the standing committees in 23-24. In order to do this, the council must approve the terms of reference for each of the standing committees, which includes the number of places to appoint on each committee. The terms of reference are provided in Appendix 11, which was included alongside the agenda, and a table showing the current number of places and the division of these places on each standing committee is included on page 2 of the appendix. First matter to approve is to approve the powers and duties for the Strategy and Resources Committee, which includes provision for 10 members to be appointed to the committee. Powers and duties are included on page 3 of Appendix 11. Do any members have any queries or comments regarding the powers and duties? So Baker?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I would like to propose that the number of places remain exactly as 10 and the terms of reference remain exactly as they are.
Can I have a seconder? Or Councillor Baker?
I'd like to second the motion.
Thank you, Kay. So can we move to a vote? And all those in favour, please raise their hands.
is 19.
All those against, please raise their hands.
None.
And all those who wish to abstain, please raise their hands.
2.
So I can confirm then the powers and duties for the Strategy and Resources Committee have been approved. I now please ask for the names of the members to be appointed to the committee by each political group. Can I please have the names of the 7 Conservative group members, please?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. The 7 are Keith Baker, Robert Hoskins, Juliet Anderson, Anne Chadwick, Mike Kennedy, Kay Gilder, and Alison Swaddle.
Thank you. Can I please have the names of the 2 Labour group members?
I will be Martin and Councillor Gregg.
Councillor?
Great.
Finally, can I please have the name of the Liberal Democrat group member?
Beth Rowland.
Thank you. These appointments have been noted. Next, we need to approve the powers and duties for the Leisure Services Committee, which again includes provision for 10 members to be appointed to the committee. Powers and duties are included on page 6 of Appendix 11. Do any members have any queries or comments regarding the powers and duties? Councillor Fanning.
Are you going to get used to that? Yes. Thank you. I just wish to propose the terms of reference contain 10 places remain as they are currently.
Do we have a second?
Probably second day motion. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And we then move to a vote. Can all those in favour please raise their hands?
21.
Yes. And all those against, please raise their hands. All those who wish to abstain, please raise your hands. This I can confirm that the powers and duties for the Leisure Services Committee have been approved. I now please ask for the names of the members to be used to the committee by each political group. Firstly, can I please have the names of the 7 Conservatives?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. It's Michael Berlinger, Darren Smith, Robert Hoskins, Kay Gilder, Mike Kennedy, Vin Lewis, and Danny Erawala.
Thank you. Secondly, can I please have the names of the 2 Labour group members?
Councillor Yvonne Edwards and Councillor Pester.
Finally, can I please have the name of the Liberal Democrat group members?
Yes, it's me, Carol.
Thank you. These appointments have been noted. Finally, we need to approve the powers and duties for the Planning and Community Committee, which again includes provision for 10 members to be appointed to the committee. Powers and duties are included on page 9 of Appendix 11. Do any members have any queries or comments regarding the powers and duties?
Yeah, Benjamin's proposals. Okay. Madam Mayor, just like to propose that the planning and community committee terms of reference remains the same, and we currently continue to have the same 10 places on that committee. Thank you.
Fantastic. Can I have a second? So let's move to a vote. All those in favour, please raise their hands.
21.
All those against, please raise their hands.
None.
All those who wish to abstain, please raise their hands. I can confirm that the powers and duties for the Leisure Services Committee have been approved. Oh, yes. Please ask for the names of the members to be appointed to this committee by each political group. Firstly, can I have the names of the 7 Conservative groups?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Robert Hoskins, Julie Cheng, David Bragg, Janet Sutherland, Phil Soane, Lynn Lewis, and Linda Guttridge.
Secondly, can I please have the names of the two Labour group members?
Councillor Kalwinder Singh and Councillor June Taylor.
Finally, can I please have the name of the Liberal Democrat group member?
That will be me again.
Okay, Councillor George. Thank you. These appointments have been noted. The next item on the agenda is to approve the terms of reference for each of the council subcommittees, task and finished working groups and partnerships, and then to note the appointment of members on each political group. Again, the terms of reference, including the current numbers of places, are included in Appendix 11, and you will see a summary table showing the current division of places on page 12 of the appendix. As highlighted in Appendix 11, due to the current composition of the council, committees cannot be appointed with 7, 6 or 5 members due to the fact that the division of places does not work when mathematical rounding is applied. So when it comes to consider these committees, members of the respective parent committee will be asked to consider changing the number of places stated in the terms of reference. The full breakdown, based on the division of places, the various committee sizes, is included in page 1 of Appendix 11. As a reminder, in line with Standing Orders 6.4a, 6.5a and 6.6a, only members of the respective parent standing committee can amend or approve the terms of reference of the relevant subcommittees, working parties and partnerships. I will ask the committee officer to confirm the names of those eligible to vote on each, and would ask all other councillors to ensure they do not vote where they're not eligible. So firstly, we will review the subcommittees, task and finished working groups and partnerships for whom the Strategy and Resources Committee is the parent committee. So Matthew, can you please confirm the members of Strategy and Resources Committee who are eligible to vote on this?
Of course, those members as appointed a moment ago are Councillor Anderson, Baker, Chadwick, Gilder, Horskins, Kennedy, Swaddle, Nagra, Bellows and Rowland.
Thank you. Councillor Baker?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I would like to make a proposal on the first item about the number of places. And I would like to make a proposal that all the subcommittees under Strategy and Resources revert back to 4 places as they had been historically for some time. It worked well. I think if we could do it as a block vote on all those that currently are 6, yes, before that's on the grid. So that's my proposal.
1 second before this.
Yes.
So in that case, those that are eligible to vote for the proposal, would you please raise your hands, all those in favour?
That's 8-4.
Any councillors against this motion?
None against.
And anybody wishes to abstain?
No abstentions.
Is that proposal has been approved? So, next we need to do the terms of reference of the investment subcommittee, again found on page 14, appendix 11, with the amended number of places previously approved. Does anyone have any queries? Councillor Baker?
Thank you. Following on from that vote, obviously the terms of reference for the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 subcommittees, etc., need to be amended. I would like to propose that terms of reference as they stand today, with the amendment of the number of slots, be retained. Thank you.
Thank you. Fiona, thank you. All those who are eligible to vote, please raise your hand.
That's 8-4.
Any votes against? And anyone who wishes to abstain? In that case, that proposal has been approved. So this is now. We'll do them all into one. So I just need to ask for the names of the members for the investment subcommittee, risk management subcommittee, standing orders and financial regulation subcommittee, PR and marketing subcommittee, personnel subcommittee, climate and emergency subcommittee, and youth services task and finishing working group. Can we will do those first? Councillor Davis got those.
So for the Conservative group, the investment subcommittee is Keith Baker, Juliet Anderson, and David Bragg. Risk management subcommittee is Robert Hoskins, David Bragg, and Linda Guttridge. Standing orders and financial regulations subcommittee, Keith Baker, Alison Swaddle, and Michael Kennedy. PR and marketing subcommittee is Keith Baker, Danny Arawala, and Alison Swaddle. Personnel subcommittee is Juliet Anderson, Bill Soane, and Mike Kennedy. The Youth Services Task and Finish Working Party is David Bragg, Kay Gilder, and Anne Chagway. Climate Emergency Subcommittee is Keith Baker, David Bragg, and Michael Furniture. Thank you.
And moving on to the Labour group, can we have yours, Councillor Lambert?
I just want to reconfirm, I need to give 2 names or one for each. One. Okay. For investment subcommittee, Councillor Gregg. Risk and management, again, Councillor Gregg. Standing orders, Majid. PR and marketing, Councillor June Taylor. Personnel subcommittee, Councillor Ravinder. Climate emergency, Councillor Ivan. Woodley Town Centre Partnership, Councillor Parvinder Singh.
That's a bit of an anomaly, and I know it wasn't included in what Councillor Beck did, so we'll come back to that one in a second.
Next is the youth services, Councillor Kester.
So the next item regards the Woodley Town Centre Partnership. It's been brought to my attention that the number of places for councillors in the Town Centre Partnership is currently 2, and this number is not workable in line with the current composition of the council and division of places. So, Councillor Baker.
Thank you. This is a bit of an anomaly. The Town Centre Management Partnership, formerly the Initiative, is unique within this council in that it has autonomy for their terms of reference. The terms of reference actually the Constitution inherited when they were brought into the town council. What this means is that only the Partnership Management Committee, not this committee, can change their constitution or terms of reference. If you want to look it up, look at right at the end of the terms of reference in your document, section 7.2 clearly defines it's the role of the management committee to amend that constitution. Within that constitutional terms of reference, that specifically sets the number of appointments from the town council to 2. The reason why it's set to 2 is there are 2 main grant areas to the town centre management partnership. One is this town council and one is the borough council, and it's set to 2 for each of them. So there's equality, and they give the same amount of money and there's equality between the 2. But as you heard, only 2 appointments, it breaks the proportionality rules. So that's the dilemma. However, within the terms of reference that you've got, there is a section, and I'll read it out to you so you don't need to look it up, and it's called Selecting Representatives. And that's what we're going to do. Select representatives from the town council to be on the management committee. And it says, each organisational grouping shall have the right to nominate its own representatives and to send substitutes to meetings of the management committee. Any substitute must be current members of that organisation. So for us, it would have to be a council. So in order to overcome this anomaly, what I would like to propose is that the number of appointments does move from 2 to 3, but therefore it ticks a box for the proportionality rules. But one of those 3 will be a substitute, which satisfies the rules of the town centre management partnership. Now, for those of you who are sort of fairly new, the town centre management partnership, every one of you, all 25, can attend. They very, very rarely have votes. So whether you're a voting member or not, basically doesn't matter. But you can fully participate in that management committee. So what I'm proposing, we move to 3. If that is agreed, then we do a simple vote to select one of those 3 as a substitute. We already have substitutes for the site of urban landscape value, one there, so it would not be uncommon to do this. So that's my proposal. Move to 3. One of those 3 is a substitute, and the council then votes which one of those is the substitute. That way, the terms of reference are upheld, and also our proportionality rules are upheld. So that's my proposal.
Do we have a seconder for Councillor Baker's proposal? Thank you.
I have just one question. Can you take it back anytime? You have proposed a change from 2 to 3. So can you take it back? Obviously, it's not a standing order. You can change it anytime. Anyone can change. So in future, can you reverse it to 2?
With your permission. As I explained, the 2 that is in the terms of reference is not set here. It is set at the management committee. The management committee, when it meets, right, they have the opportunity to change that at any time. All right. But there is this equality that potentially, if it's changed, then it needs to change for the borough as well. So they would actually have to get the borough view on that as well. So what I'm proposing here is the simplest and easiest way. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I think I couldn't explain my question. I'm not talking about change there. Suppose like they change accordingly, they change it to 3. I'm talking about this concept. You can change again after 6 months to 2. That's what I'm asking.
And the answer is no. The terms of reference is 2 voting members, and it will be 2 voting members. The only way the 2 voting members from this council would have to be changed by them, not us. So it's currently 2. It has been 2 for some time, and what I'm proposing, it will, in terms of voting members, it will soon be 2. All right? But there will be a 3rd person, which we can do, as it says it, in the terms of reference, which would be designated a substitute. But they could attend all the time.
I'm not sure, Councillor Smith.
I think in answer, thank you, Jack. I think in answer to your question, the substitute can be on the pitch or off the pitch at the discretion of this town council. So we could either vote, it can't. So we could either have a substitute or not have a substitute, in other words. So if we choose to have a substitute, we can vote on that this evening. But if some later time we decide not to have a substitute, then we can remove that as well. So I think that would answer that question.
Certainly, that can be the case.
Yeah, that can be the case.
But then, if we go back to 2, we're breaking the proportionality rules.
Yeah.
So we have that problem, the proportionality rules, with 2. And we can't change the 2 because it's not our authority to change the 2. So I think the proverbial within a rock and a hard place, I think is what the phrase is. This is a proposal to try and overcome that.
Yeah, thank you for explaining. That's what I was saying. I was not
I
asking
think
about
it
those
is.
2
I
because
understand.
that's already said, so we can't change that. I was asking only about that one which you have already said. So that one, third one, I was asking again and again that today we are proposing from 2 to 3. I'm not talking about those 2 because obviously we can't change those 2. I was talking about only, I was asking question only about that 3rd one, and what I was asking you just referred that can we change that 3rd one again? Obviously answer is yes because it's discretion of this council. Am I right?
It is, but only if the composition of the council should change and the proportionality would have to change. In that case, then the substitute would either come down or it would actually go up, actually. So, for example, if we had more Labour candidates on this council, then it might go up to 4, for example, as an additional substitute. So it's just, I suppose, really the solution that Councillor Baker is proposing sort of like fits the current composition of this council, but maintains the proportionality. So in effect, everyone gets a in a good way.
So, do we have a second? Yes. Thank you, Councillor Baker. So coming into a vote, but only members of Strategy and Resources Committee can vote. So all those in favour of Councillor Baker's proposal?
All 10.
So we've got no,
Sorry, I shouldn't have had.
no, against, no abstentions. So that's the proposal has been approved.
So do you want me to give you my 2?
Yes, so for 2, not.
Will be Councillor Hunt and Keith Baker.
So we don't need to, do we need to vote?
We need a Labour member first.
Yes.
Right, can we have a Labour then to make up the 3?
Yes, Ravinder Singh.
Thank you. Just, and that's only Strategy and Resources. Yes. Okay. So we need the members of Strategy and Resources to vote for who the substitute member to make that through. All those who are in favour? So it's councillor Holmes.
Do for each of those.
Also do which ones? So, again, only members of strategy and resources. We're voting for the substitute. And the first person we're voting for is councillor Holmes. So all those in favour, councillor Holmes being the substitute, please raise your hands on strategy and resources.
Councillor Holmes being the
Substitute. And we're doing the same for councillor Baker. All those in favour on strategy and resources, please raise your hands.
none.
And thirdly, for councillor Parvinder Singh.
Just on strategy. That's 9.
So in that case, councillor Singh is the substitute on the Woodley Town Centre Partnership. Is that right? Next, we will review the subcommittee's task and finish working groups and partnerships for Home and Leisure Services Committee. So Matthew, can you please confirm the members of the Leisure Services Committee are eligible to vote?
Of course. So those members appointed earlier who are eligible to vote are councillors Arawala, Firmager, Gilder, Orskins, Kennedy, Lewis, Smith, Edwards, Charles, Bay and Jewell.
So the first item is to consider the number of places to appoint to the Community Youth Partnership. These are set in the terms of reference which can be seen on page 28 of Appendix 11. As with previous committees, the current number of places on this partnership is 6, which is not currently workable. And as such, do I have a proposal for an alternative number of places? Councillor Jewell?
Chair, I'd like to make a proposal that this one is increased to 8. I think continuity is important here. People who joined the community youth partnership previously, a long history of, and I think having 8 would allow that to continue.
Yes, so do we have a second of Councillor Jewell's proposal? And Councillor Firmager.
It's a good French name. Under item 12I to 12.I.1, my proposal is to change the number of places of this subcommittee that it reverts back to the previous number of 4.
And do we have a seconder for this?
I'd like to second the motion, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. So members, only members of this committee can vote. So can we have a vote for the proposal to change the number of places to revert back to the previous numbers of 4?
That's 7-4.
Any votes against?
1 against.
And any members who are abstaining?
That's 2 abstentions.
So in that case, I can confirm that the number of places on the Community Youth Partnership has been amended to 4. Next, we need to approve the terms of reference of the partnership, again found on page 28 of Appendix 11, with the amended number of places previously approved. Does anybody have any queries? Councillor Byrne.
Well, it's just actually to make a proposal. I don't know if you want to do that now or.
Yes.
Under item 12.I.2, my proposal is to vote to accept the terms of reference following modification of a number of slots to 4.
Thank you. And do we have a second?
Second the motion, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Can we please move to a vote? And all those in favour, please raise their hands.
7-4.
All those against? And all those who are abstaining?
3 abstentions.
So in that case, I can confirm that the terms of reference of the Community Youth Partnership have been approved. I now please ask for the names of the members to be appointed to the partnership by each person. First, can I please have the names of the three Conservative?
Chancellor, yes. I'd like to read out the names of the members of the Legislative Conservative Party: Michael Furbinger, myself, Darren Smith, Robert Hoskins, Kay Gilder, Mike Kennedy, Vin Lewis, and Danny Errol.
So we need the 3 Conservative group members. We need the names of the 3 Conservative group members.
On the Youth and Community Services Partnership. Yeah, David Bragg, Kay Gilder, and Mary Holmes.
Thank you. Have the names of the 1 Labour group member on this committee. Yvonne Edward. For the Community Youth Partnership, we also need to note the appointment of external representatives to the partnership. As noted in the agenda, we've received confirmation from Paul Cassidy, Graham Sundler from Woodley Baptist Church, and Trina Farrance from Bournemouth Gymnastics that they wish to continue on the partnership. Also, following the issuing of the agenda, I'm aware that Steve Alton from Woodley United Football Club has also confirmed that he's willing to continue. So that means there are still 6 places for external representatives. Next, we move on to approving the terms of reference for the 3G Pitch Steering Group Subcommittee. These can be found on page 30 of Appendix 11.
Sorry, Madam. There should be a vote on external appointments.
Oh, I thought actually.
Sorry, no, just to clarify, the agenda says to approve the appointment of up to 10 representatives should the number of individuals wishing to be represented exceed this. The number who wish to be represented does not exceed 10, so you don't have to approve them, they just get appointed.
Just to be noted, that's the one that we usually. So, as I was saying, we move on to approving the terms of reference of the 3G Pitch Steering Group. These can be found on page 30, Appendix 11, as I said. The proposed number of places on this subcommittee is 4, so it does not need to be changed unless there is a proposal otherwise. Does anybody have any queries or questions? So, Councillor Furlong.
It's quite only making a proposal that we accept the current number of slots of 4 and the current terms of reference.
And do we have a second?
Second proposal, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. So we move to the vote again only for Leisure Services Committee members to vote. So all those in favour of this proposal, please raise their hands.
7-4.
All those against?
And against?
And all those abstaining?
2 abstentions.
In that case, I can confirm that the terms of reference of the 3G Pitch Steering Group Subcommittee have been approved. So can I please ask for the names of the members to be appointed to the committee by each political group? So can I please have the names of the 3 Conservative group members?
Yes, thank you, Janet. They will be Michael Furniture, Finn Lewis, and David Bragg.
I have the names of the 1 Labour group member.
John Taylor.
Okay, thank you. These appointments have been made. Next, we need to review the Cycling in Woodley Subcommittee, which is the only committee for whom Planning and Community Committee is the parent committee. So, Matthew, can you please confirm the members of the Planning and Community Committee who are eligible to vote on this?
Yes, those members appointed earlier who are eligible to vote are councillors Bragg, Cheng, Guttridge, who's not here, Horskins, Lewis, Sartorial, Soane, Singh, Taylor, who isn't here, and councillor Jewell.
Do we have any queries or proposals?
Thank you, Janet. I'd like to propose that the Cycling Woodley Committee, we change the numbers back and revert back to the previous position of 4.
Thank you. Do we have a seconder for this? So we move to a vote, and again, only members of Planning and Community Committee members can vote. So all those in favour, please raise their hands.
That's 5-4.
All those against, please raise their hands.
1 against.
And anyone who wishes to abstain.
That's 1 abstention.
So that vote is carried, thank you. So next we need to approve the terms of reference of the subcommittee, again found on page 32 of Appendix 11, with the amended number of places previously approved. Does anybody have any queries?
Thank you, Janet. I'd just like to propose that we accept the terms and reference following the modification of the number of slots to 4.
Thank you. And do we have a second for this? And again, only members of Planning and Community members can vote for this proposal. All those in favour, please raise your hands.
5-4.
All those against?
None against.
And anyone who wishes to abstain?
1 abstention.
So in that case, this proposal has been carried. Can I please ask for names of the Conservative appointments?
Thank you, Janet. The Conservative members of the committee will be Councillor Kay Gilder, Councillor David Bragg, and Councillor Anne Chadwick. Thank you.
Can I please have names of the
Even.
These appointments have been noted. Sorry, Councillor John.
I wonder, quite specific, as to how many of those members of the Working Cycling Woodley Subcommittee are actually regular cyclists, please.
Okay, we confirm that. Is there some?
No more than 3. No more than 3 interested parties, such as highway engineer, cycling expert, and cyclist appointed to your party. So no more than 3 interested parties. That's number 6. It's against the count.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I think the difficulty here is what's regular. What's regular to me is probably not as regular to Councillor Jewell. I know Councillor Jewell absolutely is a regular cyclist. I'd say even more than regular. So how do we define what's regular? I'm actually quite interested in cycling, although I'm not putting myself forward, but I don't cycle. If you don't cycle, I don't think that should impact your contribution. So, thank you.
Can I just clarify? So in terms of reference to the cycling Woodley subcommittee, which you'll see on page 32 of Appendix 11, against item 4 size, which is obviously changed from 6 to 4 councillors by approval. It says no more than 3 interested parties, such as highways engineer, a cycling expert and cyclists appointed to the working party, which would suggest that you could have any number of non-interested parties. So you couldn't have 4 members on that were cyclists, but you could have 4 members that were non-cyclists. So it actually restricts the number of interested parties.
Is that, are you happy with that explanation?
Well, no, I'm not sure that last part was relevant, but I do know there's one member of that committee who not. I've made my point.
Okay, thank you. Then you're happy for us to move on. Lastly, we simply need to note the terms of reference of the Bournemouth Site of Urban Landscape Value during this subcommittee, which are provided on page 33 of Appendix 11, and then need to note the appointment of members to the subcommittee. For reference, there are 3 places on this joint subcommittee, 2 members plus a named substitute. Does anybody have any questions? Councillor Baker.
The question of who is the substitute, although the substitute can change a few apart between. So I propose that we use the similar voting mechanism as we did for the Plans of Management Partnership, where the substitute is voted on.
Madam Mayor, I'm going off script here for a moment, and I recognise I'm a new councillor. I've read the terms of reference of this joint subcommittee. It just seems to me that the terms of reference are more akin to the Planning and Community Committee. I just wondered whether it'd be more appropriate if this joint subcommittee reports to Planning and Community.
Firstly, I can reply to that. It's because both Early Town Council and Woodley Town Council put a high priority in maintaining that area free from potential development. And that's what this Site of Urban Landscape Value gives you. I think it needs that priority. It illustrates that we do take it seriously. And that's why it is the only subcommittee, the voting party, that reports to 4,000 and understand that workshop.
So, are you?
Yes, Madam Mayor, I'm answered. Thank you.
So, again, can we now move to vote all these proposals? So all those in favour, please raise your hands.
Yes.
It's full council.
Just to clarify, this is councillor Baker's proposal to vote on the member that will be named as substitute. 19 for,
All those against? Councillor Baker's proposal.
none against.
All those who wish to abstain.
Two abstentions.
So, you are. Do we have to do the? Yeah, the meeting to Conservative and then vote for it. Right, Conservative and then. So we have then two Conservative.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. The two Conservative members are Danny Arawala and Kate Woodard.
Okay, and can I have the name of the Labour group member?
Councillor Kester.
Sorry, which name was it?
Kester.
Ah, yes. And so we now need to. So all of these councillors are, one of these councillors will be a substitute. So, can we vote for, this one was Councillor Danny Arawala, and all those in favour of this councillor being substitute? Please raise your hands.
One.
Substitute.
Voting for the first substitute. And so we've done that one. Councillor Gilder, to be votes for Councillor Gilder to be substituted.
Sorry, two, sorry. Yeah.
And Councillor Charles Bay to be substituted.
That's 13. Any abstentions?
Do we have any abstentions?
3 abstentions. So that's carried.
So that's carried. So Councillor Charles Bay is the substitute on this board. Next agenda item covers the appointment of council representatives to outside bodies. Members are required to vote on the appointment of each council representative. However, to speed up proceedings, I am proposing that we initially move through each outside body and ask for nominations. If there are more nominees than places on a particular outside body, then we'll take a vote on that specific appointment. So at the end, we will vote on all the uncontested appointments together. Does anybody have any queries with that? So in that case, let's proceed. So I'll Okay, so there are two. So there are two places for art. Can we have the names for those two?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I would like to propose Kay Gilder and Sheila Flanders.
We're going to do it all at the end, as long as they all. So can we have a nomination for citizens? Oh, right. Are there any others who wish to be on this, on the nominations for the ARC? No, so the two is fine, that's okay. Citizens past voting, there is one place. Do we have the name of that, Councillor Baker?
I would like to propose in Councillor Vineyards.
Thank you. Do we have any other nominations for citizens place? Councillor Woodford Park, there is one place. Councillor Baker.
I'd like to propose Councillor Bilson.
Thank you. Do we have any other nominations for that? Highwood Management Conference, there are two places.
Councillor Ken Gilder and Councillor Mary Holmes.
Thank you. Do you have any other nominations? We have one place. So, any nominations for place for Pete Mobile? For Redcross, we also have one place, same as any other interested in. The Solly House Welfare and Education Trust, one place.
I nominate Councillor Darren Smith, please.
Thank you. Any other nominations for there? No, thank you. Almost Store Governor, one place.
I nominate Councillor Jenny Chen.
Are there any other nominations for Almost Store Governor? Thank you. Working Borough Council Climate Emergency Working Group, one place. We have no one. Do we have any nominations for that? Yes, Councillor Edwards. Thank you. Working Borough Parish Working Group, one place. Councillor Baker.
I would like to nominate Councillor Kennedy for one place.
Any other nominations? Woodley Bowling Club Management Committee, one place.
Again, Councillor Kay Gilder.
Thank you. Woodley Volunteer Centre, one place.
Councillor Kennedy.
Thank you. Any other nominations? Finally, after the agenda was issued, we were notified of Councillor Smith's resignation from his appointment to the Poor Lands Charity. So as such, we need to consider an appointment to the Poor Lands Charity to serve until 2026. So do we have any nominations? Councillor Baker.
Councillor Mary Holmes.
Thank you. So now we are ready to vote for all the uncontested nominations, which is all of them. So do we have a proposer?
I would propose.
Thank you. And a second. Thank you, Councillor Gilder. So all those who are in favour of the names we just all been through, all those in favour, please raise your hands.
Uh, 19-4.
And all those against? None against. Any abstentions?
2 abstentions.
So in that case, that they are, as we spoke, are all carried. In addition, we're also asked us to note that the following representatives appointed previously by full council who will continue in 2023 without the need for reappointment. So the Poor Lands Charity, 3 places. So Councillor Chen, Sheila Flower are serving to 2024. Councillor Gilder serving to 2026. Robert Palmer's Arms House Charity is 1 place, and we have Councillor Bragg who's serving to 2024. Next, we need to appoint the cheque signatories for the next municipal year. For clarification, these individuals are not only authorised to sign cheques, but also to approve payments on behalf of the council. In the previous municipal year, councillors Baker, Bragg, Stone and Swaddle were appointed signatories. Does anyone wish to propose a change to these members? Or would anyone like to propose retaining these signatures for the coming year? Councillor Baker.
I would like to propose that Councillor Stone is replaced by Councillor Kennedy.
Do we have a second? Councillor Swaddle, thank you. So let's move to a vote for that proposal. All those in favour of changing Councillor Stone to Councillor Kennedy as signatory. All those in favour, please raise their hands.
That's 15 for,
All those against,
none against,
and all those who wish to abstain.
that's 4 abstentions.
So in that case, that's approved. Item 15 is to receive the minutes of the full council meeting held on the 7th of February 2023. Minutes were included with this agenda and can be seen on page 11. Are there any questions or comments regarding these? In that case, assuming we're happy with these, can we please move to a vote on accepting these minutes as a true and correct record? Can all those in favour please raise their hands?
For,
All those against, please raise their hands.
none against,
And all those who wish to abstain, please raise their hands.
8 abstentions.
So the minutes have duly been approved as a true and correct record, and I will sign these after the meeting. The next item is to receive the minutes of the extraordinary meeting of full council held on the 28th of February 2023. Minutes were included with this agenda and can be seen on page 23. Are there any questions or comments regarding these minutes? No. If you're happy with these, then can we please move to a vote on accepting these minutes as a true and correct record? And all those in favour, please raise their hands.
That's 10 for,
And all those against, please raise their hands.
none against,
And all those who wish to abstain, please raise their hands.
that's 10 abstentions. That's no majority vote, so those minutes are not approved. To a future.
A point of clarification, if I may. I abstained because I wasn't at the meeting. I mean, I wasn't a councillor then, so I can't see I can approve minutes. I wasn't party to, hence the abstention. Surely there's a majority of people in favour, the motion must be carried, surely.
The standing orders state there must be a simple majority, and obviously we had 10 for and 10 abstentions, so that wasn't a simple majority. And I know that councillors have a legal duty to approve minutes, and the change of council doesn't, the change of the election doesn't change that process. You still have to approve the minutes.
If you're not there,
Madam Mayor, surely 10 votes for and none against is a majority, isn't it?
I asked my colleague to
The simple majority normally counts as more than half of the people attending and present voting. So of the 20 people that are present and voting, that's my understanding of it.
With permission, want to vote again with that clarity.
You can vote yes.
Shall we do that then? I think that's a good idea, unless anybody has any different. Councillor O'Mara was first, and then Councillor Nang.
Thank you. I had the similar confusion with the minutes because I wasn't here.
Yes.
So I didn't want to do that, but was happy to take the vote and yeah.
Yes, okay, that's fine. Councillor Nanga was next, and then after that.
Yeah, if votes are like this equal, can be a caster deciding vote or not?
Sorry?
Mayor can cast.
The mayor can cast a deciding vote, yes.
Can we actually look at this? Because it is a nonsense to ask someone to approve a minute of a meeting at which they weren't at. We need to look at it as a council or as an executive needs to look at this and make a change because it is absurd.
As Councillor Noble suggested, it's the mayor
You're more welcome to provide a vote on that now. You're more welcome to move us on if you wish to make a casting vote now.
I would have to approve.
Okay, that's fine. That's resolved then.
So that's resolved. Close to the line. So these minutes then have been approved. Are we all happy with that? These minutes then have been duly approved. It's a true and correct record. I'll sign these files. Are we all ready?
So a quick question. Obviously, that's been over for casting votes you approve the minutes. But does the abstention still show in record?
Oh, yes, I believe so.
Yeah.
That'll be reflected in the minutes.
Yes. So unusual situation. Okay, we're ready to move on to item 17, to receive the minutes of committee meetings which have taken place since our last full council meeting. Can I please ask a member of the Planning and Community Committee, maybe one who was a member of the committee last year, to present the minutes of the Planning and Community Committee, which took place on the 7th of March, the second on page 27 of the agenda. Councillor Chair,
To present these minutes, Mark, can we please receive these minutes? Thank you.
So assuming we're happy with these minutes are noted. Unless anybody has any questions before we move on. So, Councillor Cheng, again, are you going to present minutes for Planning and Community Committee meeting, which took place on the 28th of March? It's set out on page 35 of the agenda.
Thank you. Can I ask them, you will receive these minutes? Thank you.
Do any councillors have any questions regarding these minutes? So assuming we're happy with these minutes are noted. Please ask a member of the committee, maybe who's a member of this Leisure Services, isn't it? To present the minutes of the Leisure Services Committee, which took place on the 11th of April 2023. Councillor Swaddle or Councillor Smith?
Yeah, I'll present the minutes for the Leisure Services Committee held on the 11th of April, pages 41 to 43, and then there's no votes.
Any councillors have any questions regarding the minutes? No. Assuming we're happy with these, then the minutes have been noted. Can I please ask Councillor Bacon, I think, to present the minutes of the Strategy and Resources Committee meeting, which took place on 18th of April, set out on page 45 of the agenda.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Can I present the minutes, the blue pages, 45 to 56? For council receiving.
Thank you. Do any councillors have any questions regarding these minutes? Councillor June.
I just wondered if there was an update on item 89 with the 18 changes. This was about a month ago now. And it was a really simple impact us now.
I'll ask Councillor Baker.
I can answer that, Madam Mayor. I'll just say that we'll be a report coming to the next Strategy and Resources Committee meeting.
Sorry.
June the 13th, sorry. Thanks.
I think that was my concern. It's taking a long time. I'd quite like to know, how we're getting on with that.
That's the update we have at the moment. There will be a full report coming to Strategy and Resources. I can say we did put some measures in place that were reported at last Leisure Services and Strategy and Resources.
So, any other questions? So assuming we're happy with these now, these minutes are noted. Okay. Can I please ask possibly Councillor Chen to present the minutes of the Planning and Community Committee meeting, which took place on the 20th of May. Can we send out page 57 of the agenda?
Thank you very much for these minutes. Mentioned by the chairman.
Thank you. Do any councillors have any questions regarding these minutes? So any copies of these minutes are noted. Item 18 is to receive a statement from the leader of the council. So I will hand over to Councillor Baker.
Thank you very much. Good evening and welcome to this brand new council for the next 4 years. We have 9 brand new councillors, and I welcome all of them to what I believe is a great council with a fabulous team of officers. I also welcome the return of 16 former councillors, and I hope you will allow your experience and, dare I say, wisdom to be passed on to the new councillors. And I stress that this town council can only deal with issues that they have control of. The council, therefore, have difficulty in dealing with anything outside of this. So can I urge you all to concentrate on addressing local issues as your priority? There is a lot of work to do in this thriving town and a large budget to manage. So the officers will need a lot of help and direction from councillors. So can I urge you to dedicate your time to providing that help? A well-run council is one that operates smoothly, and that is where the standing orders come in. These are the rules we operate on all our committees, and it's important that all councillors familiarise themselves with that document. I know it's a large number of pages, but I think it is well segmented and has a good index. I know some of you might be uneasy for some of the content, so can I urge you to use the change mechanisms to suggest amendments and additions? The Standing Orders and Financial Regulations Subcommittee meet regularly to review such suggestions and make recommendations to their parent committee. As a member of that committee, we don't want to be just sitting there in that meeting twiddling our thumbs because nobody has made any suggestions. And finally, can I congratulate the Labour group for displacing the Liberal Democrats as the opposition? I believe this is the first time in living memory that this has occurred. So well done. I look forward to working with you in the future for the good of all Woodley residents. Thank you.
Item 19 is to receive the reports from Town Council representatives on outside bodies as set out in Appendix 19 on page 63 of the agenda. Do we have any councillor in attendance who wishes to provide a verbal report on outside body activities? Item 20 on the agenda is an update on the Mayor's engagements. The events which have taken place are set out in Appendix 20 on page 71 of the agenda. Item 21 is future agenda items. Does anybody have any items they wish to be included in the future agenda? Item 22, lastly, publicity and website. Does anybody have any particular matters they wish to be publicised or included on our website?
There will be a new website for the Poor Lands charity, which I think is imminently available. There is such a place on the Town Council website where those links can be put, then I would suggest that it's done so far. And a lot of councillors are also serving on that committee, so it'd be good to get on there.
Right, sorry, the town electors meeting, just to say we need to sort that out and we need it publicised.
So that completes the agenda for tonight's meeting. So at 21:45, I call this meeting to a close and thank you all.